Illegal aliens crossing the border into this country, many landing some dangerous jobs, and now in California they are covered by workers' compensation. Is this the right thing to do? Fox's William Lajeunesse in L.A. with the latest. Hey, William.
Well, Neil, right or wrong, it doesn't seem to matter. The courts have ruled, and now all 50 states are enforcing laws that require employers to pay for the medical benefits if someone is injured on the job, even if they lied to get that job. California, they have more than 3 million illegal immigrants working, many in hazardous jobs, farm work, construction, the garment industry, and injuries are not uncommon. And when they do get hurt, officials here say many are uninformed and some are exploited by their employer.
They're afraid because they think they're gonna deport them. So they prefer to keep quiet. They don't say nothing. Even if they have a huge injuries, they don't say nothing because they're afraid to do it.
Now, this seminar is presented by the state of California. It advises workers of their rights to disability benefits, medical treatment, and workers' comp. It's entirely in Spanish, and even though many here are in violation of federal immigration law, the state is telling them how to file, how to get care, even though, and regardless, if they are in the state illegally.
It's taking very precious resources that we need here in America for citizen services, for legal resident services, and it's directing it in a way that's contradictory towards all laws.
The bottom line is that the law is the law, and the law in California is very clear on the subject. All California workers are entitled to basic rights and protections.
Now, it's ironic, Neil, that if someone gets fired from a job they're not supposed to have, they don't get unemployment benefits, but here the state argues the employer should do it because if they don't pay for it, taxpayers will. Back to you.
Thank you, William, very much. So, should illegal aliens be entitled to workers' compensation at all? Let's ask Michael Wilds. He is an immigration attorney with the law firm of Wilds and Weinberg, and he's also the mayor of Englewood, New Jersey. And William Geen, he is the president of Americans for Legal Immigration. William, you think this is a good idea? Why?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Oh, I apologize. Go ahead.
No. The only benefit my organization feels illegal immigrants should receive are the benefits of a free bus or plane ticket back to the country they came from.
So to provide benefits for workers who are already on the job, you think adds insult to injury?
Well, how are they eligible for benefits when they're not even eligible to work?
All right. See, it was you, Mayor, I meant to go to first, so I screwed that up. But you're for this. Why?
Well, here's the theory. We all agree that somebody should not be here working if they don't have the authority to work. But once they're working here, this isn't welfare or food stamps. This is somebody who's literally carrying, in the case in California, was a person carrying beans on his shoulder and back who hurt his back and couldn't come to work. We don't want to help corporate America exploit any individual, today being Martin Luther King's celebration of diversity.
Illegally.
Of course they're here illegally, and until Congress takes charge and has the moxie to stand up to a band of bandits, a few terrorists, and say, look, we are going to control our borders, but we're not going to let terrorism change the national character. We are a land of immigrants.
No. The national character says, yes, we're a land of immigrants, legal immigrants.
Absolutely. But
my parents got here legally. I'm sure yours or your grandparents did as well. Not illegal immigrants.
Absolutely. And they waited online and they had all the benefits. But right now we have a system. I'm a mayor of a city in Englewood, New Jersey, And if somebody gets hurt, we fix them in a hospital. If they want to get educated, we put them in a classroom.
This isn't about hospital. For emergency medical care, absolutely.
But it shouldn't be
you are justifying an illegality.
I'm not justifying an illegality. I'm saying that this system needs to have an overall, and Congress needs to have moxie.
William, what do you make of that? That this is really addressing a bigger point of overhauling the system itself?
Right now, there's an estimated tax drain of over $70 billion per year. Illegal aliens are taking they're having a massive impact on our healthcare system. The word is out throughout Central and South America that if you want a free education, you want a free healthcare, you want benefits, in-state tuition, come to America illegally. We are sending the wrong message.
Well,
we
who
had
should
86
cover those
hospitals
costs,
closed.
sir? Who should cover those costs? My question to you is very simply this. If a person comes to the United States illegally, and we don't have federal enforcement at the borders, and once they're here, and corporate America takes them into the corporations and then exploits them, who should enforce this? Because we, the citizens, if it's not the corporations, will be paying the bill.
No, the people who need to pay, the corporations need to sustain heavy fines, and in some of the more aggressive offenders, we need
what
to
if
look
they
and
don't?
consider jail
What if they
time.
don't, sir?
Well, that's what we need to do. We need, the people in D.C. need to hear the public loud and clear that we need emergency enforcement, and we want fines against employers. The national polls are showing
So
that
you're
over
saying,
80% of
William,
Americans...
go after the employers who are doing this, and you're saying, Mayor, once they're here, that you might as well continue paying for me.
We have employer sanctions on the books, but immigration doesn't have the resources now to punish
Well, you're going the other way,
No.
Mayor. You're saying, all right, the sin is committed, let's compound it.
No, I'm not saying we're compounding. I say that we
What's
pull the
happened-
lens back on the whole landscape, and we decide what we're going to do with the people that are here, and we have a
All
systematic
right, William,
process for
quick
those
take
coming
on
in.
that.
We don't have to decide to do one thing or another. We can fine employers and deport the illegal aliens. We need to do both. The problem is coming from the directives that have been given to our immigration enforcement. The fines against employers have dropped to zero. There were no employers fined in the year 2004.
All right, guys,
I
I wish we could go on. Unfortunately, we can't.
No, but I
William, I
agree
want to
with
thank
that
you.
last point.
Mayor, I want to thank you.
Pleasure.
All right, Iran playing the oil card in the nuclear standoff with the West, threatening to cut off supply, send oil prices higher. What would be the fallout, and could that strategy backfire? The Cash It In crew is next.